Well, thank you, Tope, for that wonderful report, putting that together. Very quickly, we go to Abuja, where we're not being joined by retired Captain Sunday Adoba. He's an intelligence expert. Good morning, and thanks for joining us this morning on the program. Very quickly, knowing full well that ISIS also mentioned Nigeria in their tweet of so many other nations they were talking about. What do you think we should be doing at the moment as an expert in that field?
Thanks for inviting me. I sincerely wish to state the present trend in the country warrants a lot of awareness on our own part to actually counter this present situation. We do not have a ready-made solution to this situation. Our entire borders are porous, open, and we need the defense intelligence to stop relying on human intelligence and go for the computer age, cut-edge technology to solve this problem. For now, we do not have a ready-made solution to it.
How can we help that particular department? You saw what happened in Paris. Some of them have been caught. A whole lot have also been traced, even in faraway Belgium. How best can we assist when we talk about equipment and, well, manpower for the defense, for the intelligence department?
I believe sincerely that we need to beef up our funding of the Defense Intelligence Agency. They need to come out of the ancient technology and embrace this new computer age technology. If America can come in and get whatever information they want from us, there is no reason why we cannot, within our own borders, get everything within and use them to the best of our advantage. But presently, we do not have this technology. And until we do that, we will continue to be dependent on others, we will continue to rely on others, we will continue to be at the mercy of every other country.
There must be something that we can also do pending when those equipment arrive. The people are there as well to also volunteer information. We've seen how people have pulled together in places where terror attacks have occurred. And just recently we've seen that kind of spirit in Nigerians. What can the people do in the fight, in the face of threats like this?
Well, we can do a lot. Take, for instance, the Abuja, Lagos CCTV projects. If these projects were actually concluded and effectively put into use, they'll give us a lot of the necessary information as regards our immediate environment. We don't have a national data bank. We have so many biometrics being used here and there. There is no central location for this. You cannot go to the police and get a data regarding a criminal, a suspect, within a second. Meanwhile, every Nigerian has about 7-10 ID cards. Yet, there is no central point for this. So we need to have these things centralized, fully documented, and then utilized. If we do this, we will have easy access to the necessary information. But for now, we don't. Each agency is battling to sustain its own funding by proving to the government that it is all in all. And it is not true. Security is everybody's responsibility. It's not just those in uniforms or those tasked with the constitutional responsibilities alone.
Captain Adoba, let me take you back to your first response. Your response to the first question that was asked as regards how prepared are we. You said we do not have any ready-made solution. We need to embrace technology. But when you talk about embracing technology, what about the mindset? Can we embrace technology without the right mindset?
Well, the mindset we can work on.
How?
One, we need to have trained personnel. We have a lot of manpower within the society. We don't lack manpower. All we need is to do away with this so-called zoning, quota system, or what have you, and get the right minds. For years, the Nigerian Army Signal Corps had had collaboration with the University of Ife, training its electronic officers. So many of these officers today are in the system. They can be of use to us. We need our own internally generated ideas. We can use them. If only the people who are the helms of affairs will accept the fact that it is your talent that is important to your society, not where you come from, we will forge ahead.
Are you implying that the divisions, are you implying that ethnic issues and sentiment and all of that seem to affect our drive or our fight against insecurity?
It does a lot. A lot. If you take, for instance, the situation with the Northeast, at the initial stage, a lot of us felt, oh, look, I am from the Southwest. It doesn't bother me. My trading goes on. I do my normal business. The same mentality with the Southwest, with the Southwest. I do my normal business. So until the average Yoruba trader who went to Baga to buy fish was caught up with this crisis. And the next thing, the elders, no, we need a fund to take care of such crisis. The Southeast saw it as a revenge mission. Let them kill themselves. After all, it happened to us in Biafra. Then the South said, well, if they stay in crisis, we will rule for as long as we can. The North Center never believed that the crisis in the Northeast will ever spill over to their axis until the Fulani, cattle, and whatever excuses became the in thing, and so many states in the Northeast fell victim in the Northwest, in the North Central, fell victim to this crisis. So if we actually have a national approach to some of these issues, we wouldn't have the crisis we have today. And it has to do with the leadership. If Mr. President, who now believes he has the will to get this thing done, which he is doing, if each and every one of us pull our resources, support towards this end, we will achieve a better society called Nigeria.
You know what I think, from what you're saying now, we understand that the citizens, they have a great part to play in the fight against insurgency, and coming together is very key here. You also said that it's quite easy for us to work on what Nyota calls the mindset. Let's go back to the porosity of our borders, in and out. We just realized that what has happened in Europe, in Paris specifically, we have seen the insiders helping those who came from the outside to perpetrate that particular act. How can we, from the inside, help secure our environment, knowing full well that we have a porous border, and we also have the security? Now we're talking about the physical security that we can see and can complain to. What can the people do in the face of the porosity of our borders?
The first thing is that we must accept that we are Nigerians, which is lacking, because if you take, for instance, what happened in the Northeast the past 1 year, where right from Mubi, Madagali, Michika, Goza, Kalambalge, Bama, Gambolungala, Kukawa, down to Abadan. Then you cross over again, you see yourself in Gubbio, Damasak. The entire zone was entirely in the hands of Boko Haram. If your entire half boundary line is not under your control, and the people do not feel a sense of belonging, because, for instance, if there are so many locations within the Northeast, if you must pass through Borno to go to their local government areas, you have to go to Niger Republic because there are no routes. The same thing with the Kalambalgi axis. You have to pass through, enter Cameroon, come back, and then enter your country. There are no roads. There are no facilities. Some of these people use only communication systems from the neighboring countries. Do you talk of sense of belonging when I do not have anything to show that I belong? The government had always talked about border communities. Go around the entire country. How many border communities have the government taken care of? The people are just on their own. They fend for themselves. They do everything for themselves. So it is difficult for them to belong. But take, for instance, in the good old days of Borno State and then Cameroon, you cross Banki in second into Cameroon, Banki side of Cameroon. Within a split second, the gendarmes pick you up. Just the other side of the road, you're on the main road divides Nigeria from Cameroon. On this side, no problem. The moment you cross to the other side of the market, you are into Cameroon. They pick you up. I remember in the 80s, even we military officers in the Northeast, each and every one of us were known by the Cameroonians, and we never knew them. So if we do not have that zeal to actually get to belong to our society and work for the sake of our own society and our families, then it's difficult for us to sit down and every day talk about secure borders. You can only secure your border when you have your people ready to stand and defend. Then you talk of the other specialized